Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. It's Allan Laboucan from the Rocks and Stocks News website. We've got a special show today. One of our featured companies, i-80 Gold, has had a milestone day today. They rang the bell at the start of trading on the New York Stock Exchange, and Ewan Downey is joining us from the New York Stock Exchange building. Thanks for joining, Ewan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Allan. Good to see you.
I actually watched it live on their website. You're ringing the bell. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, it was a bucket list item for me. It's been something we were looking to try to achieve with Premier, and just didn't quite get there to listing on New York. So it's nice that basically a year after we started i-80 that we're now listed in New York, and as a US focused gold producer, I think it's pretty fitting.
And I think that gives you the opportunity, Ewan, to join some of those gold indexes and create a lot more liquidity for the stock and more upwards pressure.
Yeah, that's definitely why we wanted to list here. We also, given that our head office is in Reno, Nevada, USA, and all of our operations are in Nevada, USA, we really thought the right thing to do was make sure we become known as a US gold company and have a US listing, and not just an OTC listing, but get on the real board or the big board. And we achieved that last week, started trading, and today, something that I've wanted to do for a long time, got to do the opening bell. So it was quite an experience.
Well, and on that note of speaking of Nevada, you have what looks to me like one of the most important new discoveries in Nevada that's developing at your Ruby Deeps discovery that wasn't too long ago. Highlights of that are massively big intersections of high-grade gold, 4 holes drilled into it so far, and yeah, it looks like a remarkable discovery, Ewan.
Yeah, we released the holes from last year at Ruby Hill, and now this year we've drilled, I think we've completed 20 holes. So there should be a lot of news coming. And we're not just drilling that Ruby Deeps area. We're also drilling a zone we call the 426. And there's a number of exploration targets that are going to be drilled here in this program. And we look at that, the Ruby Hill property is being very prospective to have a multi-million ounce gold resource at the end of the day. It's already 7.5 million as it sits, but truly I think has the potential to be a world-class elephant, so to speak. And the drill bit is really showing us that the upside potential that the property has, and we look forward to continuing to keeping everybody up to date there. And then this week, we released more holes from the South Pacific zone at Granite Creek, and the deepest hole is better than 16 grams, over 15 meters so far, and it's completely open. So we're having a lot of success right now in exploration. It's been a lot of fun.
You know, I was looking at the Granite Creek results news release, and not only is it impressive if you look at it a cross section of the distribution of the high grade, but then if you look at it from a plan view, that's a long strike and wide and thick intersections of high grade.
Yeah, we've now traced the New Horizon, the northern extension, as you might look at it, for over 600 meters along strike, and it remains open. So our last hole, what was it, 6 or 9 meters of 11 point something grams on strike. So we're going to continue stepping out along strike, and that's towards Turquoise Ridge in that direction. And then at depth, 3 of the holes that we just released this week were all step outs at depth, and all of them were 11 to 16 plus grams. And you don't see that very often in drilling off a gold deposit. It's pretty unique, and it's been a lot of fun. The daily updates we get, visuals on core, we kind of know when we've hit again in another hole. It's just going to take a couple of months to see the assays.
Another thing I was doing before the show, I was listening to a presentation about the statistics of finding world-class deposits. It's very rare. And it looks like you guys have two that could fit into that category, Granite Creek and Ruby Deeps, as well as the area around Ruby Deeps.
Yeah, the Ruby, Ruby Deeps and Granite Creek are really coming together. We believe that both of them are going to be multi-million ounce underground mines. Granite Creek, we just starting mining the OG zone. That zone, based on our drilling and the development we've done so far, is extremely high grade, better than 10 grams per ton. And Ruby Deeps may not be quite as high grade, but the widths we're seeing up to over 70 meters true width are remarkable. So it's been they've been two really panning out or demonstrating themselves to be two really key acquisitions that we made, and these two acquisitions really will help build our future.
Yeah, that Ruby Deep stuff is just blowing me away. I think it's going to turn into one of the most important discoveries in Nevada in a long time as you drill more into it.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, okay, Ewan, I know you're going to be crazy busy in New York today. I just wanted to congratulate you on the success of ringing the bell and trading on New York Stock Exchange. Talk about Granite Creek and Ruby Hills. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again, Allan.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up, and we can have a chat at the end. So there you go, folks. I-80, I was mentioning to a friend of mine that I in my career, I've been doing this reporting since 2005. I don't think I've ever been as confident in a company's success runway as I am with i-80 Gold. And that's not saying that just because they're a sponsor. It's about the truth machine. And Ewan and I have talked in the past about how important in these high-grade discoveries continuity is. And they have that high-grade continuity at two projects. That's statistically very unique. And at Granite Creek, it's now going over a large area, whether you look at it along strike from side to side and at depth. And now Ruby Deeps is coming on with thick intersections of high-grade gold in 4 holes. Looks like it's wide open. I think for anybody interested in an undervalued gold story, I have a lot of confidence in i-80. I think we've done a lot of of these interviews, and we've got a lot more in the upcoming weeks and months. So stay tuned for more great stuff out of i-80. On that note, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.